Hi there, I'm James. Welcome to Outpost Terminal, where we take a look at some either new and upcoming or underappreciated games. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Sandustry. So, Sandustry is a mining and automation game with pixel-based physics that will include kind of falling sand style simulation. It's built by Lantto Games, Lantto, and it was registered back in January of 2024, so it's actually pretty new as a developer. Sandustry does appear to be their first release, and it is, I believe, a solo developer project. He is heavily engaged in the comments. They're certainly making changes as feedback comes in, and this one has built quite a bit of a following, so I would genuinely encourage people to maybe take a look and check it out. The demo, which is what we'll be looking at today, is in fact free on Steam if you want to get it that way, or you can get it through itch and get a version that you can play directly in browser. So with that said, grab yourself your tea or coffee or beverage of choice, and let's dive into Sandustry. All right, let's get ourselves switched over here, and we'll be doing a new game because I've not seen this before. So we are a little pixel boy. It looks like we have the ability to hold up to jump, use the mouse to dig. Look for soft materials. Okay, so we can dig. Okay, we've done some digging. Press 2 to select the grabber. To pick up sand. Okay. Drop some sand in water. Okay, and it's displacing the water. So we can basically flood this area. Pick up wet sand and shake it. Oh, it makes slag. Oh, fascinating. So it's dropping out gold, effectively, but it's leaving slag on top. And that, I'm guessing, is our cell box. Oh, that's so clever. Oh, this quickly gets addicting. I see it. So if I take the gold, put it in the box. Okay. That officially has us selling enough. So we open the tech tree with T, and we can select a piece of tech. So right now, refining is going to be our first. So let's go ahead and build menu is Q. Block, collector, shaker, demolisher. So we're going to build. Place wet sand on the shaker to refine it automatically. All right. If we're going to do that, I think it makes sense to build this right above the cell box, right? Drop wet sand on the shakers. Okay, so we want to go back to our, and I can't currently trying to get quite a bit of it. All right, and that'll automatically make it wet sand because as the water touches it, see, the water's actually allowing it to soak through. So we put some on top. And it's dropping it in, which is making us a small amount of money. So now we want logistics 1, which is conveyor belts and launchers. We don't yet have that money, of course. Okay. Nice. So the slag that is there keeps making more. We can just kind of keep picking up wet sand and setting it on top. I love that we like kind of avoid the constraints of a lot of traditional like player driven automation, that we're underwater and it's fine. We're not fighting that. Wet sand. Sand. I mean, it is still dropping it in. It's just taking time. There's some. Oh, that's awesome. What is this? Select buildings, delete buildings, or switch mode. Okay. Well, we may as well make use of the physics simulation here that is making wet sand for us. And then like picking up slag, because it's actually dumping slag off here now. Okay. What I want to do is build like a container here to create like a filter. Whoops, a filter, because that would be awesome. Because then we could somehow eventually maybe pipe sand up. Let's go ahead and get logistics 1, which is conveyor belts and launchers, which I think matters here. Follow the objectives. Okay. So see shortcuts. These adapt depending on your action. All right. Let's see here. I am really enjoying this so far. So in order to... Okay, we can hover. So right now, part of what I'm trying to figure out is, so a collector, you can put gold in. Okay, that's not necessary. A block, a shaker, a conveyor belt will transport sand and other solid elements. Hold shift to reverse direction when building. Launcher will launch them upward. Okay. A marquee tool can use to copy. Okay. So we know we want to move it up. So there, it's spitting stuff out. Ironically, it's spitting it where I wanted it. And I believe it's actually making a little bit of money this way. So if we built like if we take these off of here, go ahead and pull the gold in because that's helpful. But then put the block on the end. The goal here is not to maybe what I shouldn't have built that. I should have built the conveyor belt because that's what we're actually after here. Oops. Oh, so that's filled with stuff. That's why it's not. Okay, okay. We're working on it. So we'll go back down here and see if we can pull some sand over. This makes tons of sense because we're going to be able to then eventually probably like create sort of factory lines. Oh wow, look at all this. This is so well built. Like, this feels like a classic breakout hit. Like, if you're into automation, this is going to be something you're going to want to play. Alright, so while that basically makes a mess that I need to fix. So what if I stop that for now? So like we delete all of it, and then we'll build a conveyor belt here, because it doesn't really need to be that big. And it doesn't look like we pay for buildings, which is significant. So then we put the shaker interesting. Okay. We put the shaker right at the edge of it. I don't want it to go up or down. Rectangular. Maybe it is supposed to be that way? Let's see what happens. And then we'll build the collectors beneath it. Probably should build them there as well, because now we can build the launcher, which is the vertical elevator that will spit stuff out. In time, it's going to walk its way along. I probably need to build just a solid wall and then put a conveyor belt on top so that it doesn't fall back in. Oh, this is clever. And you would, in theory, be able to move sand up along it this way. So now, hopefully, my theory is if I throw a bunch of wet sand, gold slag up here, see, that doesn't seem to be doing anything. I'm wondering if what I really need here is to actually drop all this for now. We build the conveyor belt that'll go up and over, but first let's build kind of a chute. And then we'll put the shakers on top. I don't know why I'm doing that. I don't need shakers on top. They're already there. I just need a conveyor belt to take it up there. I think we just carry it up. I mean, if that's the case, I should just do this. And then down here, I will put another carrier that takes everything back. We'll get rid of this. Because this is actually letting us move this stuff, I think. So it's like it throws it down, but it also kind of carries it up. I probably need to use the elevator thing once more. my thought here, though, is that like we're gonna end up with a pile of slag. And that doesn't seem right. Oops, launcher. There we go. See what this does as it reaches an edge. All right, and we know we want a conveyor belt right on the edge. There we go. Well, I've finally, after much futzing. Okay, it looks like the sand does shake its way through. All right, now let's go down and see if we can feed this thing a little better, because I'm realizing it's not been fed. Oh, yeah, okay, so we can, are these, is this to build the shaker? It is. And this is conveyor, which if I go back to the wall, I can at least wall it off so this becomes a bit more secure to build with. And then we'll use the launcher from here. I think that's facing the wrong way. That's better. So now we're at least dumping a bunch more sand where it belongs. All right. I'm genuinely enjoying this, and I haven't even gotten into the exploration side of it, right? Somewhere here is there's like a tunnel? Maybe I have to unlock guns first, which is $500. That seems like a lot of time I need to spend on this. And then like this structure is full of sand, so I've already created a bit of a mess. Let's like the water over here seems like it actually would be useful. This could be significant, though, because if I, like, that's available, so if I can displace it, I will officially, how do I open that? That's, love it. I absolutely want to continue playing this once I'm done. Like the slag floats, and that's not very helpful. And I can't pick up water to move it. So I guess what I'm going to do is put a conveyor in here that will carry stuff a little bit further away. We'll see what we can do here to at least carry this on. And then I guess I'll just dump it on top for now. Well, that's at least continuing the process. Okay. I love that. Like, this is a mechanic, though, that I've not seen before. Let's see here. So it's doing what it's supposed to do, which I think is excellent. And we're starting to get some money out of it because I've got a bigger pile of stuff coming. And somehow I found a way to get water trapped beneath. Like, I may as well bring all this down, but also the sand going down there isn't going to fix my water woes. I need there we go. Need the water a bit more settled. I'm thoroughly enjoying these mechanics. This is great. And like, we are able right in here to try to pull stuff out so we can sort of keep separate the environment there. So like, things are getting sent up, but at the same time, fascinating. And so in theory, to plan for the future, right, which is kind of what I'm thinking of right now, if this fills up, we need a lot more money storage. And then we also need, it's basically a vertical silo, right, is what we're, and then we put the shakers on top. Which we could send down a hill, would actually make them better for this process. And like, regular sand, see, is not actually good for this process. But we could use that to then say, as things reach the bottom, we dump them. And in order to get things to the, how do we do this reverse direction? Isn't there a shift to? Shift hold reverses direction. Okay, good. And then our elevator, which is not interested in elevator, helps if I use the right thing. There. So now we should be able to send all this basically back around, because we're not really wanting this to go there. And in fact, flushing some of that in will give us access to new. Perfect, so that's going to rejoin the trip up there, and we're going to find out what it does. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work. I should probably go ahead and close in the wall. And then here, close in the wall. And once it reaches this high up, we'll allow it to and the fact that they let me do this where like I can just send it on its way through the wall. It's shortcutting what would otherwise be a particularly painful, like need, right? I don't need this exit, but I thought I did because I wasn't thinking it through. So like as that shakes its way along, some of this sand is not going to go anywhere. Okay. I love this. I will be continuing playing this. I just don't know how soon I can. What an awesome game. Like as a factory builder game person, this is the sweet spot. And I have to imagine, like, getting the physics right here is tremendous. Like, as this arrives, I think it doesn't seem to be continuing, and that's the part I'm not sure about. So, like, what if... Alright, what if we build a conveyor that brings it back? We put a wall, like a backstop, on it. And then we use the launcher to send it up and to the right. Because now it's going to kind of naturally create this backfill that is always emptying itself. But if it drops out coins, we're in good shape. Let's see what happens with this giant mess I've made. Like, there are occasionally coins coming through here, so I feel like it is doing what it's supposed to do. And now we can see how the water has done strange things where it's being deposited there. Maybe we can continue doing our work. I'm hoping this joins somewhere down here. Not looking like it does. There's some water. All right. And like wet sand has this weird quality where like it requires the sand to sort of soak up the water. Which will require me to rebuild this factory. Oh, and there's an opening. Okay. Is this Fluxite? It is. I don't exactly know what to do with it. Guns is expensive. Every dollar is one gold pixel inside of a collector. Okay. Is this like ice or something? Or something. Oh, wait a minute. I mean, we found Fluxite. I just need to find a way to grab it. I thought maybe the water would do something there. Like there's 309. Is this what's in my inventory? Shovel, grabber. Fascinating. And like I'm clearly just learning the mechanic here. But I can totally see how you play this for just a little bit and you become very, very familiar with like processes that you need to do. It's a unique build cycle that sort of takes automation to a different place. And I love that. I really do love that. Like over here, I'm pretty much out of materials to feed it. And we need gold. We need a lot of gold. Lots and lots of little pixels. And I see, like, you become so fixated then on making sure every little pixel gets salvaged out of this, right? And that's so fun. And like there's Lottie's cave. Oops. Is that bad? Well, we're getting rid of material. Fascinating. Upgrades. Material scanner. Hydro sponge. Pick up water above ground only. Thrust amplifier. That sounds great. Quick dig. All these things are expensive. Oh, I want to dig into this more. I genuinely hope I can come back to this and spend more time on it, because what an absolute pleasure. I feel like Lantto has on their hands a brilliantly executed, like the strategy seems to be fairly simple. It's the make gold, unlock technologies. It's automation, right, as a game. But it's implemented in such a way that the hook feels very approachable. I already would not make my next playthrough the same way. I would approach like conserving water much more carefully, right? And I think that's beautiful that like you're sort of needing water and sand to be able to make these sort of processes work. And then as you use them, you're going to have to modify the structures that you're in. What an awesome thing. I hope everyone takes a bit to check this out. Look at the game, play the demo. I really honestly think this is one of those where if you play the demo and this is your type of game at all, you will find yourself very excited to jump in. So with that said, I hope you enjoyed your coffee, tea, or beverage, and we will catch you in the next one. Bye.